before I went that the situation was absolutely desperate, but nothing could have prepared me for the extent of the starvation that I witnessed firsthand in the patients I was treating. The other thing that really struck me was how relentless the injuries and the casualties coming in were. I was down in ED one day and the cleaners were working at their absolute maximum trying to mop up the blood off the floor, and they couldn't keep up. And that was one of the days that the Israeli and American food distribution centres had fired on the people at 3 in the morning, where they were asked to be in the middle of the night, having crossed evacuation zones to get food and to get aid.
Obviously, the GHF are sort of every day denying these, allegations of people being killed near them, and saying it's all sort of propaganda and made up. I mean, from what you've seen from the injuries, what do you make of these constant denials?
I think these denials are not accurate. What I have seen from my first-hand experience is a 10-year-old girl who was shot through the leg at one of the GHF sites and subsequently had an amputation. This girl, Jana, loved dancing before she had an amputation, and this is a life-changing injury. I saw a student nurse shot through his back and out through the front, which led to an aneurysm compressing all of the nerves to his dominant arm, which means that he can no longer use that arm. It's completely useless. I saw another man shot in the testicles. Other colleagues that were there with me were saying that they saw a pattern where multiple times they saw many people coming in on the same day, all shot in the testicles, or all shot in the upper quadrant of their stomach. And it looked like there was very specific targeting happening.
And what about the targeting in medical staff itself?
My scrub nurse that I was working with every single day was followed home by a quadcopter drone. And it didn't kill him on the way home from eyewitness. It waited until he was in his tent and greeted his 3 children and killed them all. I had another patient that was the wife of a doctor. She was completely emaciated. She'd lost her arm, she'd lost her leg, and she was in a great deal of pain and distress. We didn't have enough pain relief for her. We didn't have enough drugs, and she had a really significant infection that her body couldn't fight. She found out that one of my burns patients, who was 6 years old and had devastating 40% TBSA burns, total body surface area burns, needed vinegar to treat his Pseudomonas infection, and the hospital had run out, and she gave it to us for him. The people of Gaza have so much decency and so much dignity, and they keep on supporting each other and their communities no matter what happens. One of my nurses, I was asking him, he was an incredible nurse, he was so hardworking, so committed. I said, tell me about your life, Hassan. He said, I used to have 3 children. My youngest was killed 6 months ago. My eldest was killed just under 2 years ago. I've got 1 son left. I couldn't imagine a world where my colleagues are losing their children in this capacity and losing their lives in this way and still coming to work to do the best for their communities. They are the heroes of this conflict and war.
Will you be able to go back?
I'm hoping to go back. There's a lot of issues. 50% of EMT applicants get rejected by Israeli government. And it's obviously a real problem, especially for plastic surgery, because during the siege for the last 17 years, there hasn't been the ability of people to move and to get trained. So there are very, very few plastic surgeons left in Gaza. I went before, in March 23, with the Royal College of Surgeons to train 18 delegates as part of an online longitudinal program. And 4 of those 18 delegates are now dead. One of them is Ahmed al-Makeda, who was found outside Al-Shifa Hospital with his hands tied behind his back, with his mother, who is a GP, and a bullet to his head. And he was someone that was continuously sending me images of patients that he was doing his absolute best for. And he'd won a fellowship from our Royal College of Surgeons. And yet, we don't do enough. It's desperate.